Okay, freaking story time. So before I had the job that I have now, I worked at a spice shop that was in like a little outdoor mall. Okay, and next to the spice shop that I worked at, there was an ice cream store and a pet store. At the ice cream store was the only emo guy I have ever seen in my very small town. Okay, like this is a big deal. So obviously, whenever he was working, I would go in the ice cream shop and I'd be like, "Hi," because I want emo friends. Like obviously, like I need that. Like I needed that. Okay, so I would talk to him like all the time. I had never really gone in the pet store. One day I go in the pet store because I want to buy my dog a cute little t-shirt, like God forbid. So I go in and there's this other guy working there who looks like he's like emo adjacent, but like more leaning towards like opium vibes before opium was like a popular thing. Like it wasn't on purpose. It was opium on accident, which is not a good look. And so I go in and I'm like, okay, where are the dog t-shirts? Like I have no idea. So I turn and I ask and I'm like, hey, I'm just looking for like a t-shirt for my dog. And he was like, okay, where is the hostility coming from? Like, what did I do to deserve that? So I'm like, oh, maybe it's just like his tone of voice. So I was like, I was just wondering if you like knew where they were or like if you could point me to like where they are. And he was like, yeah, I know where they are. They're over there. And like looks down just to not look at me. And I was like, sorry, where? And he was like, there, and pointed again. And I was like, okay. So I go and pretend to look at these t-shirts because I'm not buying anything from here. And then I'm like, okay, thanks anyway, and walk out. He doesn't say anything to me. Like, no, have a good one. No retail, nothing. Like, not even his script, bro. So I'm like, okay, like, whatever. So then I continue going in the ice cream shop and, like, being friends with this guy that works there. And we would just talk about, like, normal stuff. It was never anything that was, like, more than, like, people who work near each other. Like, we never hung out outside of work. We never got each other's socials. Like, it was just like, oh, cool person, like, works next to me. We can chill. We can vibe. We can talk. And, like, if you work in a mall or if you've ever worked in a mall, you know that everyone talks about everyone. So we would like gossip about the regulars and like stuff like that. It was just fun and it was nice to have like a friend with like similar interests. So after talking to this guy for a while, I bring up pet store guy and I'm like, hey, have you ever been like in that pet store? And he looks kind of scared and he was like, yeah, why? And I was like, well, just like one of the guys who works there was kind of like really weird to me. And he was like, weird how? And he got like really attentive and alert. And I was like, he just like, it wasn't like he said anything specific. Like it was just like a weird vibe. And I didn't love like the way he was talking to me basically. And he was like, okay, just like, honestly, if he's working there, just don't go in. And I was like thinking, oh, he probably just is like looking out for me. Like he heard that I had a weird experience. So he's like, yeah, just don't worry about that guy. Like don't go in there if he's in there, if he was weird to you. Like that's what I thought that was. So then fast forward, I'm in the ice cream shop, and as we're talking, this guy from the pet store, like, walks past, looks in, and mean mugs ice cream guy. And I was like, whoa. So then I was like, what was that about? And he's like, you can't really talk about it. And I was like, okay. And he, like, leaned in, and he was like, okay, basically, that guy has, like, a really weird crush on me, and I've been trying to avoid him because he's not really my type, but he just like keeps talking to me. And last time he came in, he was talking about you and saying how I had a thing with you. And I was like, but we don't. Like, we don't even talk outside of work. He was like, yeah, that's what I told him, but he doesn't believe me. And he keeps like talking about it and saying weird stuff about you. And I just really need you to avoid him. And I was like, okay. And now I'm freaked out because like, I don't want to be in this drama. There's no reason I should be, but I was anyway. And then I go back to doing my thing at work. I try to avoid pet store guy. Like, I'm just like living my life day by day. Eventually I forget about it. And then the boss for the ice cream store, like, by the way, since I worked at a spice shop, he would come in sometimes to get spices to like experiment. He came in for poppy seeds. So I was like, what are these for? And he was like, you'll figure it out soon. And I was like, oh my gosh. So I go in because I'm like, there has to be a lemon poppy seed ice cream. Like, I'm so excited. So I go in and I'm asking about it. And the guy walks past again, comes in, and is like, what are you two lovebirds talking about? And I'm thinking, like, he must be joking. Like, I'm, like, okay, like, I'm, like, 16 and dumb. And I'm like, oh, not much. Like, what are you up to? And he looks at me like he wants to, like, okay, like, it was scary. And then, fast forward. Okay, I don't worry about this. I don't think about this. I ended up leaving that job, like no big deal. I get a text from Ice Cream Guy, because when I left the job, I gave him my number, because I was like, yeah, like, we should keep in touch. And we haven't talked to each other, like, since then. Thank God I still have the same number. I get a text from Ice Cream Guy, and he's like, you will not believe what that guy tried to do. And I was like, what? And he told me that Pet Store Guy found him and his current boyfriend after they moved states away and tried to... I'm 20 now. This was 4 years ago. And he told me that, like, since that time, there's been like no contact between them. Like, he quit that job, he moved in with his BF, like, nothing. He found him and tried to him. Am I in danger? What? Like, oh my God.
I went on an internet deep dive and I found 15 of the things that I think are the absolutely most terrifying things ever, okay? Number 1, your brain can trap you inside of your body. People with locked-in syndrome are fully conscious, but completely paralyzed. And they can't talk, they can't blink, they can't move, they can't nothing. And somehow, they remain undiagnosed for years in a vegetative state while hearing and seeing everything around them. And then to audiology. Like, test if they're hearing this shit. Like, what is so hard? What is so hard? Number 2, dying doesn't always mean fading out. Sometimes you're hyper aware. So, like, your memory and your fear and your awareness centers go into, like, supersonic overdrive while you're already deceasing. Okay? I don't want to. Okay? Number 3, the mind can manufacture, completely fabricate, unbearable pain with no physical cause. Conditions like central pain syndrome create agonizing pain without injury. No wounds, no fixing it. It's like your brain is torturing you, you know? And I guess sometimes it's permanent. Number 4, your brain will rewrite reality to protect itself. So you will never know what is actually fucking true. Like, in extreme traumatic situations, the mind can create entire false narratives. So convincing that some people live decades believing that events never happened or events happened in some specific way and they actually didn't. And number 5, there's still people being burned alive even today. Medical misdiagnoses still happen. There's modern cases of people regaining consciousness in morgues or, like, during embalming prep. Death is not always, like, as we assume. You know, it's like, you gotta, like, heavily check that. Why don't you heavily check that? Number 6, the body has a built-in self-destruct switch. Extreme stress can trigger Takotsubo cardiomyopathy. Your heart literally weakens itself in response to emotional pain. Like, you can literally die from heartbreak. 7, your immune system can literally erase you from the inside out. Okay? Your autoimmune disorders can cause your body to literally destroy your nerves, eat your joints, attack your brain, and it might never stop. There's no, like, off switch, okay? Your brain and your body and everything just decides you're dangerous, okay? Number 8, consciousness can fracture into separate selves, okay? This one's just a normal, like, we know, not normal, but we know about this one, okay? Dissociative identity disorder isn't, like, multiple personalities, like, like the movie. It's your brain literally splitting itself to survive trauma, okay? Each chunk of your life can be lived by parts of you that you don't even remember. Number 9, your brain can convince you that you're already dead. You know, it's called Cotard syndrome. And it causes people to believe that they are corpses, that they're missing organs, or that they're non-existent. Some people stop eating because, you know, why did they need food? Number 10, memory loss doesn't just erase your past. It can erase your entire identity. Certain neurodegenerative diseases don't just remove memories, they literally dismantle your personality and, like, your empathy and your morality, and they take it apart piece by piece, okay? Loved ones watch someone become a stranger wearing the same face. I've personally lived this. Number 11, you can feel pain without being able to react. Paralysis does not equal can't feel, okay? Some people feel everything. but they, you know, they can't move or whatever. And sometimes they can't signal that it hurts, or sometimes they can't scream and like say like, ow, you know. Whew. Number 12, time perception can stretch into psychological torture. In extreme fear, you know how like seconds feel like minutes and, you know, minutes feel like hours? That's your brain slowing time. So moments of terror feel absolutely endless. And it's very well documented. Very, very well documented. Number 13, your sense of self is temporary and extremely fragile, okay? There is no permanent you in your brain, right? Personality is an ongoing electric pattern, all right, in your brain. Changing chemistries in your brain or damaging the tissues in your brain, you could just, you know, poof, you're gone, okay? Even if your body remains, like, you're gone. I don't like it. I don't like it. 14, some people remain aware in coma states. Okay, this is, it's kind of like going back to number 1, but it's not the same. All right, brain imaging has revealed that diagnosed patients as like they're unconscious but responding internally. Like they're diagnosed in a coma, but they are responding internally to the commands. They can hear the voices. They can feel that time is passing. They can feel that they're literally just laying there forever, motionless. Okay, but they can't do anything about it. Number 15. The brain can hallucinate entire people just because you're lonely. In extreme isolation or grief moments, the mind can create vivid companions, voices, faces, even conversations, fully real to the person experiencing them.
Should we show them the older homestead?
Yeah, let's go. As you know.
No, it's not. No, it's not. Was that you?
Yeah, that's on either side.
It went to both.
Yeah.
Today's true scary story is terrifying because it has to do with flesh pedestrians and demons, and there is photographic evidence of this at the end of this video. It also all happened on a haunted bridge in Pasadena, California. But before we get started, I just want to remind you to subscribe to my YT channel. The link tree is in my bio. That is where I will be telling the full uncensored version of the story that I told 2 nights ago about the 2 girls getting attacked by that guy on the Indian burial ground and her ancestors saving her. So if you want to send me your true scary story, my email is in my bio. It is kaisspooky@gmail.com. Okay, let's get started. This submitter's name is Katie, and she will be tagged. And a few years ago, she was living in Burbank, California. And her friend Eric lived in Pasadena, California. And in Pasadena, California, there is a bridge called St. Colorado Bridge. And this specific bridge is notorious for people jumping off of it and committing, and also just in general. So much so that it is labeled the bridge. Over 200 people in the Great Depression had committed, and now they still continue to do it to this day, unfortunately. This bridge is so haunted that not even the homeless will sleep around the bridge. Now, at the time of this incident, Katie had absolutely no idea anything about this bridge, but her friend Eric knew that she liked to go ghost hunting and liked paranormal things, so he brought her to the bridge, even though keeping her oblivious to the fact that this is what this bridge was called, and that's why it was called that. So they pull in at 11 p.m. on a Friday night, and absolutely nobody is at this bridge. They pull into a neighborhood about 200 feet away from the lower bridge entrance. It's gated off, and it's over a small bend of the Arroyo Seco River. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly also. So they walk from the car to the gate and they go around the gate. Now they're walking around for an hour and absolutely nothing is happening at this point. They're just laughing about their day and they're talking about the last time that they hung out when she decides that she's going to pull out her phone and she's just going to start recording. So she starts recording and she looks over at Eric and she's like, Eric, should I ask questions? And he's like, why not? So she starts asking questions. And after she's asking these questions, she starts getting this really weird feeling, like this deep feeling of regret of her turning on her phone. And then she looks and the corner of her eye, she realizes that she thinks she sees a mountain lion. So she sees this mountain lion slowly start to creep over to them. And she looks over at Eric and says, oh my God, there's a mountain lion over there. And he looks and he just stares at the lion. And she's like, we need to go right now. So she turns her back and she starts walking towards the gate when all of a sudden Eric stops her and calmly tells her, let's stay. And she's like, what the hell is going on? Why is he being so calm right now? There's literally a mountain lion right there. Now, she's not even thinking at the time time that they're in way too of an urban area for there to be any mountain lions. She also said that the way that Eric was trying to get her to stay was almost like he was in a trance. So then she looks behind him and she sees that the mountain lion is even closer now. It's getting really, really close. And she's like, it's right there. It is right there. We need to go. And Eric again is calmly trying to get her to stay. And she does not understand what is happening. Why does he want to stay when there's a mountain lion creeping up towards them? When she looks at the mountain lion and she realizes that there's something wrong with its features. It looked really static and gray and mangly, and its eyes were super far apart. Its tail looked kind of like a cone instead of a tail. She said that the shape of the tail looked similar to that of like an alligator. And meanwhile, she is still recording as she turns back around. So she's turning back around to walk towards the gate again when she turns back around to look at Eric, and she feels the need to say, I'm okay, we're gonna be okay, which she said that she had never felt that feeling in her life before. She needed some type of self-validation. That's how scared she was. Now remember, she still has her phone in her hand and she's still recording. So as she's turning around to tell Eric this, she grabs a glimpse of Eric and she can see behind Eric in her phone, not in real life, and she sees something that terrifies her. Behind Eric is a woman on all fours, crawling towards them in the most awkward manner. Long dark hair, a gaping jaw, black eye sockets with no eyes, and she's crawling on the ground, but she's only using her arms. So she's just dragging herself awkwardly with only her arms. This is when Katie is like, we have to go now. And they start running back to the car. They get to the car. She's feeling sick and nauseated, but she also just realizes that she just got all of that on camera. So she tells Eric, dude, I got all of this on camera. When she hands Eric her phone and he puts the earbuds in and he listens for about 10 seconds before he throws the earbuds and says, oh my God, Katie, you did not say that. Whose voice is that? Katie is like, what are you talking about? And he's like, listen. And he hands her the earbuds. She puts them in her ear. Now, apparently when they very first got there, when she had turned on her phone, she had asked, is anyone here with us? And you can hear someone in her voice, just an unnatural sounding tone.
They know we're here.
That's when you see the camera jump, and then that's when they see the mountain lion. She said that she thinks the mountain lion was either a flesh pedestrian or a hellhound, because she doesn't know which one, but the woman she thinks was a demon, 100%. She said the nauseated feeling that she got after she saw that woman was something like she had never felt before. She also said that it could have been someone that had jumped from there and just was stuck there. But obviously, I don't really think that's the case because of the feeling that she got, and also the way that it presented itself, it was trying to scare them. After this, Katie went home and some stuff started happening to her that she could not explain and was really freaking her out. So much so that she actually called a reputable paranormal investigative team, and she was hearing whispering all throughout her house. It freaked her out so much that not only did she call the paranormal investigative team, but she also had Eric sleep on her couch for a couple of days. Now, the paranormal investigative team did tell them to go back to the bridge and tell the bridge, or the people at the bridge, whoever was there, that they cannot attach themselves to them and that they need to stay at the bridge. So they went there and they did that. And she said that after that, everything has been okay, but that she will never, ever go to that bridge as long as she lives to this day. Now, here's the picture that she sent me. Tell me if you guys see anything, because she said the head, the hand, and the shoulder is all right there. So if you guys see anything, drop it in the comments. Also, if you guys know what this may have been, either things, the mountain lion or this crawling woman, please drop it in the comments because she would love to know. Do you think this was a demon? Do you think that that was a hellhound or a flesh pedestrian? What do you think was going on here? Why do you think there was so much activity? And obviously, if people were even that didn't have homes, who normally take sanctuary under bridges, won't even go there, that is creepy to me. So drop in the comments what you guys think. My name is Kaisa. I tell true scary stories every single night that you guys submit to me. So if you want to submit your true scary story to me, my email is in my bio. It is kaisaspooky@gmail.com. I ask that you guys don't use the submission part right now and just go straight to my email, because for some reason I'm not getting your submissions when you go to Jotform and do it that way. So if don't go through the portal that says submit your story, go to kaisaspooky@gmail.com for right now until I get it fixed, please. Other than that, if I haven't told your story yet, please be patient. I will tell it. I love you all. I want all your stories to be told. I love you guys. guys. You are the best. All your comments are so sweet. They make my day every single day. Every time you guys support me in any way, shape, or form, it is honestly, I love it. I love you guys. And I will say this every single time. Other than that, I just need you guys to do one thing for me. And what is that? Have a spooky night. Love you guys. See you in the next one.
I used to work in a level 2 trauma center ER, and we had a really large Amish community, and those guys are freaky. We had to pull, I cannot tell you how many times I had to pull a butter churn out of somebody's ass. And I saw on here that there was a chick that had an affair with an Amish guy which started out with a butter churn, so it must be an Amish thing. But out of all of the trauma and PTSD I have from working in the ER, that's one that haunts me. That is one that haunts me to this day. And I gotta say, Jedediah, nobody believes that you fell off a ladder onto a butter churn. It was too well lubed. It was too well lubed, Jedediah. We don't believe you fell or that you were overcome with spirits. It just doesn't happen that way. So just do us all a favor, get a dildo, and stop traumatizing your ER nurses. Okay? Because we know. We know.
What the fuck was that? Bro!
What's going on around you?
I don't know. I'm frozen. I am frozen.
Did the window
Sean.
break?
Μαλάξι, έχω να πω κάτι. Μαλάκα, θα κροτηριάσω το χέρι. Αρνούμε, εντάξει. Αρνούμε να δεχτώ ότι έκανα 10 λεπτά get ready with me, 10 λεπτά βίντεο get ready with me, και ενώ το έκανα edit, διαγράφτηκε όλο. Ξέχασα ότι έχουμε γείτονες κάτω. Και μετά όλοι λένε, Σαβίνα, γιατί δεν κάνεις βίντεο? Σαβίνα, για ποιο λόγο έχεις να ανεβάσει 5-7 μέρες? Γιατί με ζών! Θεέ μου, τι έχω κάνει? Μπορείτε να καταλάβετε πόσο ωραίο βίντεο ήταν μόνο από το setting μου. Μόνο από το που είχα βάλει το κινητό. Τι είχα κάνει για να στερεώσω το κινητό μου για αυτό το βίντεο. Περιμένετε. Ορίστε. Ορίστε, είχα στερεώσει το κινητό μου εδώ. Ορίστε. Αυτό είναι το backstage. Μετά από αυτό είμαι οριακά να μην πάω καν σχολή. Δεν θέλω να πάω σχολή. Δεν θέλω να πάω σχολή. Δεν θέλω. Κυριολεκτικά κάνω entertain τους φανταστικούς μου φίλους, κάνω entertain τα φαντάσματα στο σπίτι μου, τι στο μπούτσο καν. Μόνο αυτοί το είδαν. Δεν ξέρω, τι θέλετε να σας πω τώρα? Θέλετε να σας πω κάποιο storytime? Θέλετε να πω μια ιστορία, να νιώσουμε όλοι καλύτερα? Τώρα απλά θα σας πω μια τρομακτική ιστορία. Δεν ξέρω τι να σας πω. Καθίστε, παιδιά μου, σκεπαστείτε, μαζευτείτε στις κουβέρτες σας να σας πω μια τρομακτική ιστορία, γιατί δεν έχω τι άλλο να πω. Λοιπόν, πώς άρχισα να πιστεύω στα φαντάσματα? Λοιπόν, έμενα σε ένα σπίτι, το οποίο σπίτι ήταν προ-Χριστού. Δεν θα τρομάξει κανείς αρχικά, γιατί ο τρόπος που θα τα πω τώρα που έχω νεύρα είναι απλά σαν να έχω beef με το φάντασμα. Είναι σαν να έχω beef με το φάντασμα. Τέλος πάντων, μία ημέρα έπλαινα τα πιάτα στη κουζίνα στο παλιό μου σπίτι, σαν σωστή νοικοκυρά. No. Δυστυχώς δεν είμαστε στο παλιό μου σπίτι, που σημαίνει ότι δεν μπορώ να σας κάνω original recreate για το τι συνέβη εκείνη την ημέρα που άρχισα να πιστεύω στα φαντάσματα, λοιπόν. Εδώ πέρα ήμουνα λοιπόν στο νεροχύτη και έπλανα τα πιάτα έτσι χράτσα, και εκεί πέρα είχε τηλεόραση, που σημαίνει ότι εγώ, επειδή έβλεπα Κωνσταντίνου και Ελένη τότε, period, cultured fucking child, έβλεπα Κωνσταντίνου και Ελένη, επειδή είμαι μαλακισμένο και αντί να γυρίσω το κεφάλι μου να δω τηλεόραση έτσι, γύρισα το κεφάλι μου και έκανα αυτό για να δω τηλεόραση, γιατί με ζών. Καταλάβατε. Τέλος πάντων, και αυτό που συνέβη είναι το εξής. Αυτό ακριβώς συνέβη. Δεν σας κάνω καμία πλάκα. Κυριολεκτικά απλά, όπως γύρισα το κεφάλι μου να δω τηλεόραση, είδα απλά ένα γαμημένο άνθρωπο, Είδα έναν άνθρωπο να τρέχει από το μπάνιο στο δωμάτιο των γονιών μου. Άνθρωπο. Legit χέστηκα, νόμιζα ήταν δολοφόνος, μαλακές. Κυριολεκτικά άνοιξα την πόρτα, βγήκα στην αυλή, έκλαιγα και περίμενα να έρθει η μάνα μου από τη δουλειά. Και όταν ήρθε η μάνα μου και έψαξα στο σπίτι μήπως είναι κανείς μέσα, γιατί της είπα «Μαμά, είδα έναν άνθρωπο να τρέχει στο σπίτι». Δεν ήταν κανείς. So what was that? Schizophrenia? I don't think so. Was that schizophrenia? Ή μια άλλη φορά όταν ήμουν πάλι πολύ μικρό, γενικά παίζανε με το πόνο μου τα μαλακισμένα, καταλάβατε. Τώρα μπορώ να τα λέω και μαλακισμένα, γιατί τώρα άμα δω κάψω, με τα νεύρα που έχω θα το πυροβολήσω. Και όπως ήμουν εγώ καλό μογκολάκι στο κρεβάτι μου το βράδυ και είχαν φύγει όλοι από το σπίτι και εγώ επειδή δεν είχα φίλους ήμουν σπίτι μόνη. Και όπως ήμουν ένα καλό 12χρονο κοριτσάκι που δεν είχα κινητό στα 12 μου και έβλεπα τηλεόραση. Anyways, και όπως ήμουν 12 χρονών στο κρεβατάκι μου, κυριολεκτικά είδα αυτό. Shut the fuck up! And I'm not even fucking joking όταν σας λέω ότι το τέτοιο που είδα, αυτό που είδα δεν ήταν στο ύψος μου, χάνει. Ήταν το κεφάλι του εδώ πάνω. Ναι. Δεν μπορώ εγώ 12 χρονών σκατώ να με τόσει ρε. Με το ζώο να περπατάω να με τόσο ρε σκατώ. Και να βλέπω 2 μέτρα άνθρωπο να με κοιτάει στο δωμάτιό μου όταν είμαι μόνη μου σπίτι. I am not fucking with tall people. Tall people fucking scare me. Αυτό είχα να πω. Και μετά απλά έκλαιγα και όταν χτύπησε το κουδούνι να ανοίξω την πόρτα στη μάνα μου, δεν μπορούσα να πάω να της ανοίξω την πόρτα. Και απλά την άφησα κανένα 20 λεπτό έξω μέχρι να αποφασίσω να τρέξω να της ανοίξω την πόρτα. Αυτά είχα να πω. Αυτά συνέβησαν όταν ήμουν μικρή. Πόσο μάλλον τα πράγματα που συνέβησαν όταν ήμουν μεγαλύτερη και ήμουν πολύ πιο invested σε αυτά τα πράγματα. Και πόσο μάλλον το όνειρο ζωής μου, παιδιά. Τώρα φτάσαμε στα... Πήγα να ξεράσω 3 φορές πριν. Τώρα έχω καταϊδρώσει με τις μαλακίες μου, αλλά το όνειρο ζωής μου είναι να πάω σε όλα τα στοιχειωμένα μέρη του πλανήτη και εγκατελειμμένα και μπλα μπλα και να κάνω investigations. Κυριολεκτικά, legit, θέλω να γίνω σαν αυτούς τους YouTubers που παίρνουν όλα τα investigation stuff, Sam and Colby, whoever knows. Τέλος πάντων, και επίσης stay fucking tuned, γιατί μπορεί να έχω πει τρομακτικές ιστορίες στο παρελθόν. Go check it out. Αλλά δεν έχω πει την καλύτερη τρομακτική ιστορία και πόσο μάλλον έχω fucking evidence, έχω γραμμένη φωτογραφία. Και θα σας αφήσω στο suspense. Δεν θα σας πω ακόμα τι είναι. Σε λίγο καιρό.